Good morning, friends. Stop at the end of the ramp, please.
Are we using the gears today?
Excellent. Thank you. Quietly follow me this way, please. Okay, stop here and kind of fill in. Come on, in line. Stand. Actually, come and sit on your bottoms. In line. Not in the circle, on the outside. Come sit on your bottoms. No, sit where you were in line. Let's go. Where you were in line. Sit on your bottoms. Where you were in line. So you're going to stop here and then start another row of the mat. Okay? Excellent. Come in and sit down. Behind these guys. There's plenty of room. Very nice. Thank you. Okay. Boys and girls, if we take a look at this, what's this kind of look like? What's it kind of look like? Yes.
Spiderweb.
Kind of a spider web. If you put little lines through it, might be, especially since I wasn't real good at drawing circles, was I? I don't look very round. Yeah.
It looks like a target.
Kind of like a target. If you were shooting a bow and arrow or something, it's kind of a target. Yes.
A marble circle.
Oh, marble circle for shooting marbles. I have some. I should have brought them. That would be fun.
I have my own set. You know when you're going golfing, when you putt?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so kind of if you're practicing your putting where you're going to hit it, because ideally the cup's only that big. Yes.
It looks like a top of a parachute.
Oh, kind of like the top of a parachute if it goes. Well, this is what I can't sound. This is what I call my rings of responsibility.
Yeah.
Who can tell me what responsibility is? Yes.
When you're in charge of something.
Maybe you're in charge of something. That's kind of being responsible.
Being nice to other people.
Being nice to other people. Yes.
Like if you have a pet, you're responsible of having the pet, like taking care of it.
If you have a pet, you're responsible for feeding it and on your bottom, and taking care of it. Yes.
Chores.
Chores are you're responsible.
Responsible what you did wrong. For example, like you broke your mom's vase.
Okay, so responsible is being in charge of your actions. Okay, excellent. One more.
Keeping track of your stuff.
Keeping track of yourself. Very good. Well, today our learning target, we're going to learn about our responsibilities. We're going to learn about this center ring here. It's the responsibilities we have to ourselves. What are we responsible for ourselves? And I don't answer that. I'm going to give you an example. I'm responsible for brushing my own teeth and making sure that I have good teeth when I go to the dentist. That's my responsibility, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of an example of what you might be responsible for. This center circle, this is our responsibility to our friends and our family. The things that we're responsible for our friends and our family. And I think it was you that said feeding pets, or was that Tyler? Yeah. Taking care of our animals. I know at my house we have animals, and they can't get up and go to their fridge and open it up when they're hungry. So it's kind of our responsibility in our family and friends to take care of those pets. Okay, so it's kind of a family and friends responsibility. This big outer one, that's the biggest one of all, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's our responsibilities to our community. Who can tell me what a community is? What is a community? Yes.
A community is when for example, a learning community.
Okay, you might have a learning community, your classroom is kind of a learning community, isn't it? Yeah, excellent. Yes.
Cleaning up by the beach.
Okay, that might be a responsibility of, but what exactly is a community?
I know.
What, honey?
It's like a big city where everyone lives and there's like a bunch of houses everywhere.
Okay, it could be a big city where everyone lives, doesn't it? Okay, good. What else?
Maybe people helping others.
Okay, it might be a place where people help each other.
It's a place where people live, work, and play.
A place where people live, work, and play. I like that one. That came right out of the social studies book, didn't it? Good job. Okay, yes.
It's like something like class.
Okay, like class might be a community. Yes, ma'am.
The people surrounding you.
The people surrounding you. Now, is Harrison a community?
Yes.
Is Hillside Elementary a community?
Yes.
It sure is, isn't it? And is Mr. Taylor's classroom a community?
Yes.
Absolutely. What do all three of those things have that are in common? What do all communities kind of have to have?
Responsibility.
Well, they do all, you have responsibilities in all of them, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people and jobs.
Okay, they do have people and some jobs that go with responsibilities. Mr. Taylor gives you guys jobs sometimes during the week, doesn't he? Like line leader or caboose or maybe paper passer.
We don't have caboose.
No cabooses?
No.
That's all right. 'Cause
What's
yes,
caboose?
it's the end.
Like the leader. The leader of the day is the.
What do all communities have to have?
Respect.
Though they should have respect.
We should have courage.
Okay, yeah.
Nice, kind, helping each other people.
Okay, that should happen within a community. What did Mr. Taylor go over the first day of school with you guys?
I can't remember.
What every first day of school, what's the teacher always talk about first? Nope. The rules. Yeah. And there are rules, and every community has either rules or laws, don't they? And those are put in place to keep you safe, right? And to keep things fair for everybody, right? That's what makes up a community. Now, our learning target today, we're talking about those responsibilities to ourselves. What are we responsible for here? What are we responsible for our friends and our family? And what responsibilities we have to our community. We're going to talk about those, and you guys are going to really start to understand where your responsibilities are. And later today, I'm going to give you a paper. You're going to know you're successful when you go home and you share the paper with your mom or dad, and you talk about your responsibilities. The responsibilities you have to yourself, the responsibilities you have to your friends and family, and the responsibilities you have to your community. Now, I need 4 volunteers. 4 volunteers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you guys to come up and sit in the circle, the inner circle for me, the self circle, if you would. Okay? I want you to look at me. And I want you to be able to tell me, put your thinking caps on, and tell me what are some responsibilities you have to yourself. Yes?
Your actions.
Being responsible for your actions. And I heard a really good one this morning. Responsible for your self-control. I really liked that one. Yes, sir.
Being responsible for what you get in trouble for.
Being responsible for what you get in trouble. Do we all get in trouble?
Yes.
Me too, sometimes. And part of that is being responsible, guys, and saying, yeah, I did it, so I'm responsible for what I did. Yes, ma'am.
Responsible for your moods, whether you're happy or
Oh, that is the most excellent one, and never forget it. Ever. I have a 12-year-old, I'm trying to pound that into her brain. You are responsible for your own moods. Don't let anybody else control them. That is the most outstanding one I have heard today. Excellent. All right. Shh, okay? And what do you got, honey? Be responsible for maybe cleaning up your own room. Is that kind of a self-responsibility? Absolutely. Excellent. I need 6 more volunteers, please. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? You guys are going to be our friends and family circle. So I want you to sit and I want you to face me this way. So sit down and face me this way. No, just sit in a circle. That's good. Eyes here, ladies. Sit on your bottom, honey. Okay. Yeah, who am I missing? Who did I miss? I pointed at somebody. All right. So, what kind of responsibilities do we have to our friends and family? What kind of responsibilities do we have? Yes, sir.
Kindness.
Being kind to our friends and family. That's very important. Yes.
Like, I forgot.
Okay. Well, I want you to think about it. Yes.
Taking care of my pets.
Taking care of our pets. That's a big friends and family responsibility.
Respect.
Respecting our friends and family. Good.
Don't bully anyone.
Don't bully with our friends and family. How many of you have little brothers or sisters that occasionally it's kind of almost really easy to bully them? Yeah, but you probably shouldn't, should you? That's not a good, responsible thing to be doing. What other friends and family? Yes.
Being nice to your brothers and
Being nice to them, maybe babysitting. Do any of you guys help take care of your little brothers or sisters sometimes? Yeah, that's a really big responsibility, isn't it? All right, excellent. Now the rest of you, I want you to come and sit on our community circle. Okay? Come and sit. And I want you to look out that way. That way. Okay? Sit on our community circle. Come look at me over here. Good. Now, actually, come over here. There's more room. Look at me this way. Our community circle. Girls, our community circle. What responsibilities do we have to our community? Okay, I see good hands up. Yes.
respecting authorities.
Respecting authority. That is an also awesome one. Because we need to have people in charge to help get things done. Tyler, sit on your bottom and stay, please. So respecting that authority, absolutely awesome. That is a great responsibility to our community. Because you can also model that behavior. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Make sure no one ever gets hurt.
Oh, help be safe and practice safety stuff. Yes, sir.
Be glad if your friend gets a boy.
Oh, that would probably come more in friends and family, but certainly be supportive of our friends when they get awards and stuff. Yes. Shh. Eyes are on me. Sit on your bottoms.
Generosity.
Being generous with your time, your money, your resources to help out the community. Very nice. Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Picking up after yourself.
Picking up after yourself or others if you go to the park and you have a picnic. Honey, turn around and face me, okay? Take the hoodie off. Thank you. If you go to the park and you have a picnic, to make sure you clean up after yourself, very important. Yes.
To respect the law.
Respecting the laws. Very important. Don't do that, baby. Thank you. Okay, one more.
You don't always get a word for everything you do.
What?
You don't always get a word for
Knowing that you don't always get to have an award for everything you do, but you do things even without worrying about getting a reward, don't you? Very good. You guys are awesome. Okay, eyes on me. Now we've talked about our responsibilities that we have to ourselves, to our family and friends, and to our communities. And you're probably wondering, saying, well, Mr. Taylor brought us down here, and this is supposed to be our technology class. Why are we sitting in circles in the middle of the floor? What might this have to do with technology? Yes, ma'am?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
To know how to be respectful.
Being respectful. Mr. Blair, do you have any idea what this might have to do with technology? Can you give us a guess?
No, I only had something for a community thing.
What was responsible for community, sweetie?
Being nice to strangers.
Being nice to, oh, that's very nice. Being kind to strangers. Sit on your bottom. Thank you. No, thank you. Okay? Being nice to strangers. Okay? All right. Excellent. Now, what we have, stop please. What we have here, we've talked about our community in our classroom. We've talked about our we've talked about our community in school. You guys live in what's called the digital age, don't you?
Yes.
When you go online, you have an online community. And when you go online, that online community, you have responsibilities to yourself. You have responsibilities to your friends and family. And you have responsibilities to that online community. It's the same way, because a community, no matter what, is a community. And it has rules, ladies. It has rules that you have to follow. And you have responsibilities in all of those communities. And it's very important. When you go, boys, stop. Thank you. When you go, stop. Sit. Thank you. On your balance. Eyes here, please. Okay? Eyes over here, please. Eyes over here, please. Thank you very much. All right. When we go online, you guys are going to be online more and more and more as you get older, aren't you? And it's very important that you become good digital citizens. Did you know that every time you go online, you leave a trace? Your online trace started, for most of you, probably even before you were born. Did you know that? How many of you know your mamas have a picture of you when you were in their tummy? Yeah. And you know what? They may have posted that online when you were in her tummy. So you have an online picture of you even before you were born. And I will bet most of you, Tyler, can you stop this? I will bet most of you have baby pictures that were online somehow or other. And so you have an online digital footprint back from when you were very first born. And every single time you go on or you log into something, you leave a little bit of yourself. Boys, if I can have the courtesy of your attention here, why don't you back up? No, a little bit more. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. From here on out, you guys will be online a lot. And it's very important that you know how to behave in the online community. Just like you had to learn rules for the classroom and the school, you need to make sure you know the rules to be online. You need to make sure that you are making good choices and being responsible to yourself. To what's our second one? What's this? And what's our outer one?
Community.
Yeah. Community. So we are going to talk about, I'm going to give you some situations and you have to tell me what circle I should be standing in. Sit up, please. I am respectful when communicating online. What circle should I be in? What all together, what circle? Community. Good. To be, sit on your bottom and stay, please. Okay? When I am in my community circle, I need to be sure that I am respectful to everyone online. If I am talking with anyone online, I need to make sure that I'm very nice and respectful, because I would do that in my classroom. I would do that in my town. So you need to make sure that you do it online. I never give out my family's address. What circle?
Friends and family.
Everybody? I never give out my family's address. That could be dangerous and it's not very nice. Never ever give that out online. Okay? I communicate only with people I know offline. I communicate. Where's it go? What circle? Self. Okay? You should, at your age, never, ever, ever, stop. Never, ever, 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 never, Mr. Blair, sit up, please, communicate or be talking to anybody online unless your mom or dad are with you and you know them. Mr. Blair, stop. It's very important. You should never talk to anybody else online unless your mom or dad are with you at this age. I don't tag my friends in photos or videos unless I have their permission. Friends and family, right? If you are outside playing and you're having a snowball fight or building a snowman with a friend and you take a video of it, it does not get posted without your friend's mom or dad's permission, ever. Okay, that's very important. Very, very important. Okay, that's all part of those, responsibilities. All right. I never participate in online bullying. What's our community? Absolutely. You never participate in online bullying, and there's one, it's very mean and it's not nice. Two, it is against the law. If you participate and become involved in what is called cyberbullying.
What's that?
It's bullying online, and we're going to spend some time in a couple weeks talking about that. And it's very important that you never do that. One, it's against the law. If you participate in cyberbullying, not only are you going to be in trouble with Miss Andrea and your mom and dad, but you're probably going to have to go visit and talk with a police officer. Okay? It's not something you should ever do, and it's something that, in fact, to be a good online community member, if it is happening, you need to let an adult know. Okay? I think carefully about what I read on the internet and question if it's a reliable source. Where does that go? I think carefully. Self. You can't put anything, anybody can post anything online. So you need to make sure that no matter what you are reading on the internet, you want a couple of other resources that say the same thing. Just because you read it on the internet does not mean it is true. No. Does not mean it is true. So you need to make sure that you really think about what you're looking at online. I visit safe and sites that are safe and appropriate. I visit sites that are safe and self, okay? When you go online, you will stop. Guys, sit on your bottoms and look at me, please. Thank you. Okay? When you go online, you're not always going to have Mr. Taylor or me or your mom and dad standing behind you. So it's very important that you kind of do that self-responsibility thing. Is this somewhere that I should be on? Is this a site that's appropriate for me? If it's not, you need that self-responsibility to get off it. Okay? I never share a friend's personal information.
Friends and family.
Friends and family. Okay? Just like you would never tag them in a video, you don't share their personal information. That's responsible and part of those rules that you should follow. I don't copy someone else's words that they wrote down. Community. When you are asked to look up information, you don't copy someone else's words and put them in your paper without giving that person credit. That's stealing. It's called plagiarism. And it's something else we're going to talk about in a couple weeks. But you need to understand that just because it's online does not mean that it is yours to take. That would be a lot like going into Dollar General, filling your pockets up and walking out without paying. It's the same thing. You need to make sure that if you are getting information online, that you give the person credit to where you're getting that information. What?
So is like Facebook bad for me to go on?
Yes, at your age it is, because you have to be 13. You should be. By law, you have to be 13 to have a Facebook account. And if you have one now, you're breaking the law. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. Okay? I never call people mean names online.
Friend and family. Community.
Community. Because it might be, you might be talking to somebody else, all right, but it's a community thing. You never ever be mean to anybody online. And Mr. Shaw, thank you. I balance my time online and offline. I balance my time. Self. Okay? Being online can be a lot of fun and you can learn a lot of things, but you don't want to spend all of your time online. There are other things that you can do, and you need to make sure that you are doing a good balance. Okay? So today we talked about your responsibilities to yourself in all of your communities, whether they are in Harrison, your classroom, your school, or online. You have self-responsibilities. What's the second one? Friends and family responsibilities. And community responsibilities. Eyes here. We need to make sure that we are good online digital citizens. And one of the best ways to ensure that is to be aware of what our responsibilities are in each one of these categories. Okay? I'm going to give you a sheet that you're going to go home and you're going to share this information and talk to your mom and dad about, because it's very important. Because the only time you guys are online is not just at school. So it's very important that we keep track of those online responsibilities.